Hey, what's up, guys? Okay, so I'm back here. It's Joe again. I'm back here today, profiling a deck that I just recently somewhat finished today, and that is Prophecy. So Prophecy's been probably one of my favorite archetypes. I really like it. I don't know why. I've just always liked spellcasters ever since I started playing this game, and yeah, I just finally got the stuff to somewhat finish my budget version of the deck. So let's get started. So the deck revolves around this card, Reaper of Prophecy. And what he does is, when he's summoned, normal or specially, he gets to add, or if you have three spellbooks with different names inside your graveyard, then you get to add, or he gains 600, so he goes from 2,000 to 2,600, and then after that, if you have four, then you get to add a spellbook. Any spellbook spell card from your deck to your hand, and if you have 5 or more with different names, you get to special summon a level 5 or higher. I think it's the Dark Spellcaster type monster from your deck. So with Reaper, you can go and grab like cards like this. You can go grab your Prophecy Destroyer. I personally only like 2 because I think Prophecy Destroyer can clog sometimes. And yeah, so I'm only running 2 the Prophecy Destroyer because of clogging reasons, and I don't like drawing this card a lot, but he's good to have because he can special from graveyard and stuff, and he can act as just a pretty good card. And then the Reaper's at 3 because it's just the main card of the deck. You're going to win most of your games through Reaper. And yeah, it's basically your win condition. You're probably the best card in the deck, basically, that's a monster-wise, and I just really like the Reaper. Like, I like this card a little bit better than Priestess, and Priestess is really expensive, so if you don't have a lot of money but you still want to play Prophecy, this is the version for you, the Reaper version, which is still pretty good. But the 3 Reaper, because I don't like, as it's the best card, and it's the main part of the deck. And then the 2 Prophecy Destroyer, because it's a Reaper target to special summon, and you don't want it to clog, so you don't play 3. For clogging reasons, I'm only playing 2 Fool of Prophecy. Fool reads that when you have or once per turn, you can send one spellbook spell card from your deck to your graveyard, and during the end phase of the turn you activated this effect, you can tribute him to special summon a level 5 or higher Dark Spellcaster type monster from your deck, and you must have 5 or more spellbook spell cards with different names for your graveyard to activate and resolve the effect. So I only like 2 because of the clogging reasons, and what you do is you launch him with 5, like you go summon, activate effect. You get 5. You launch him off to the graveyard, and you special summon out your Reaper, and then Reaper lets you go and grab your Prophecy Destroyer or another Reaper, but Reaper's effect can only be used once per turn, so you can't use its effect to loop around and make a lot of level 6s. But yeah. Anyways, the two Fools are just, I mean, I've seen a lot of builds play 3, and I would just prefer only playing 2. But Fool's a really good card. He has 1600 attack, so he's not too bad as a beat stick. 1 Stoic. The reason I'm running Stoic is because you can go get Stoic off of the Grand Tower, and he allows you to add your Fool. And so basically, when he's sent to the graveyard in any way, so detached from an executed material, synchro summoned with, and it's a mandatory effect, so it's like the Sangan for the deck, basically. I'm getting in. You got 3 Lila, the Lightsworn Sorceress. The reason I'm running Lila is because it gets the mill on, which allows you to which allows to put your spellbooks in your grave, which set you up for Fool and Reaper plays. And so, and it also allows you to pop back row, baits out cards, and then just mill. And she's also a spellcaster, so you can she works with wisdom and power and fate and all this different types of stuff. So she's really good, especially in the deck, because she just has a lot, she can have a lot of synergy with some of the cards. 2 Effect Veiler, because it's a spellcaster, you can get it off the tower if you need a tuner, and it can negate effects, so it's pretty good. And you can and yeah, I just really like Effect Veiler, because you can your opponent activates an effect, you can negate it, stop their plays. And it's a spellcaster, so it helps with tower and, yeah, stuff like that. And then my final 2 monsters are 2 Dragodia. because you don't play trap cards in the deck, so you need to be able to stop an OTK or just stop a big push, and he also allows you to make overlay play or exceeding plays. He can get pretty big too because this deck can have a lot of cards in hand, so like you can just control the game with a Trag, and it can just be really good at sometimes, and when you don't have a good enough hand, like, or just like your hand just is mediocre or too many like different plays, and you just want to set up a Trag play and make your opponent waste the resources on your Trag. 3 Spellbook of Secrets. The Spellbook of Secrets lets you add any spellbook spell card from your deck to your hand, and yeah, you can only activate 1 per turn, so you can just go Secrets for any spellbook. So it's really just a versatile card that lets you work in any situation, basically, and it can be recycled through the 2 copies of the Grand Tower. The Grand Tower would allow you to put this thing back in and just search, and the towers are just so good because it lets you draw. But you don't play 3 towers because you never need to like have 3, because usually like when your opponent gets rid of it, like if they Space Typhoon it, you're gonna get a special summon. So sometimes your opponents will hesitate, but it's really just gonna let you plus. And it's not like an activate it right away card. Like you have to wait till your standby phase, which is why people really don't run 3 sometimes. But the 2 is really good. I've seen people only try and play 1 and they can play Gores, but I'd rather just play the second Grand Tower because I believe the Grand Tower is really good. And then the 3 Secrets just let you get into different types of get into different spellbooks. Next, you've got 1 copy of Spellbook of Fate. I really like this. This is Fate, yeah. Spellbook of Fate. This card's really, really good. Just a lot of people don't know how to do it. Let me read it to you. If you control a spellcaster-type monster, you can banish up to 3 spellbook spell cards from your graveyard to apply the effect descending on the number of spell cards banished for this card's activation. You can only activate 1 spellbook of Fate per turn. 1. Return 1 set spell or trap card to the field. 2. Change 1 monster on the field to face-down defensive position or face-up attack position. 3. Banish 1 card your opponent controls. So, what you could do is this thing can kill Spirit Reapers, which is really good, just in case you ever have trouble. You can banish it like a Zen Mains or something, which is really good, or like a Maestro, or just any problematic card. And you can even return set spells or traps. This is a very, like, it's not really, like, it, like, can vary in different situations and be good in all of them. It's really, really good. And I only play 1 because I like having my spellbooks in my graveyard. So I really only ever, like, and usually you only ever need to use 1, and you'll usually only ever get to resolve 1. But I've been thinking about bumping it up to 2, but I like 1 right now. 2 copies of Spellbook of Life. Just, it allows you for really big plays, and allows you to get your Reaper back and resolve your Reaper and stuff. And just, it's like playing, you get to basically play 3 Monster Reborns in the deck. Simple as that. It allows for funny exceeding and synchro plays, and yeah, it was pretty good. Pretty good. And I got one of the admins from our page, Darian. He's texting me right now. He's texted me like 5 times during this video. It's funny. I'm going to text him back after this video. But yeah, the Spellbook of Life is a really good card. Just, I really don't know how to explain this card except that it's a Monster Reborn. I can't go into further detail of just resolving your Reaper, getting back like your Fool, and then launching it off during the end phase is pretty good. 3 Wisdom, because it's a Forbidden Lance and Bottomless is a card, and a lot of cards in this deck get hit by Bottomless and stuff like that, and just being able to, like, if you go Summon Lilo, your opponent goes Bottomless, they have like another back row, you like use Wisdom on it, pop their other back row, and just, it's really good. And it, like, Deep Prison is also a card, and yeah, this card is just really good. Because it's basically a Forbidden Lance that doesn't lose any attack points, which can be bad at sometimes. Or Forbidden Lance can be better, but it's also a spellbook, so it can count for it can count for Reaper and Fool, and also you can recycle it back with Grand Tower. 2 Spellbook of Powers. I only like 2 power. I don't like 3. The reason I like the 2 power is, yeah, because you just boost your attack up and get over big cards. I'm going to start going faster. 2 Reasoning, because you can hit your Reaper off of this if you can just mill out enough, and it's really good. 3 Upstart Goblins, because you can OTK. You have OTK potential, and you can like push through really what's it called? You can just draw a bunch of cards and go fast. Reborn doesn't need explaining. Book of Moon. Heavy Storm, Dark Hole, 2 Mystical Space Typhoons because back row is a problem, and then the last card is a Charge of the Light Brigade to get your stuff. Extra deck is pretty weird because I don't really have too much. Marrowgeist because I don't have much. Tempest Magician because she's just really, or she can be good at times. Hyper Librarian because it can be good at times, so you can power and stuff and draw a lot of cards. Shockmaster, I don't know why. I made this extra deck in like a minute. Or Acid Golem, Gotchi, Leviathan Dragon, Leviar, the Zenmains, Black Rose, Papal Operative. Crap, my cards are falling. Gosh darn it, I really need to get a camera. Utopia, this card can get up really big if you can make it. And then finally, 1, Photon Strike Bouncer. I would play more level 6s if I had them, but this is just a quick little deck profile to show you guys that I'm still alive. Alright, well, thanks for watching, guys. Look back for more stuff, and later, please subscribe.